What are all those noises?
Relief. The countdown is
man.
getting countier.
I can smell the end of the. I can smell the end of this tournament.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
I thought it was something else. It reminded me of blue cheese in Grandma's house.
Welcome to another rousing episode of SlashU.
It's been a great, this has been a good series of episodes for us. Mm-hmm. The bracket votes are coming in. We even had to do another revote. But before we get into all of that, Andy, let's just, sitting across from me, which you cannot see, but I promise he is across from me. That's Andy.
Hi, and that's Nick.
Yeah, I'm the other guy, Nick. So much to talk about. Not only, Andy, I like my words are. It's hard to get my words out because I'm pre-thinking about
your brain's moving faster.
The brackets.
Yeah. The brackets. We're doing a Slasher Madness bracket, as most of you may know. If you're new to SlashU, this isn't our normal format. We usually talk about one cheesy, campy, forgotten slasher movie, but we've been doing a bracket in the spirit of March Madness, which has been over now for a while. But that's okay. Who the fuck cares? We're in charge here.
Yeah, and we only come out once a week. So
we're doing a 16-team bracket, and we're down to the final four of slashers facing off against each other. All slashers that we've watched in our various movies. And then we'll go back to our regular format after that.
That's cool. But you can find us on social media, /U_podcast. You can look us up on the web, /Upodcast.com. You can also see my boobs and the back of Andy's feet on /U_onlyfans.com.
Oh, that's cool.
And Andy, before we get into it,
I didn't know you could see all that.
Yeah, when you were sleeping one night, I took pictures of your feet.
Snuck into my house.
Which vegetable do you trust the least?
I have an answer to this. Let me just think about rutabagas. I don't know.
So really think about it. One that who you think would steal, like you try to steal your wife or try to steal money from you, or who would like to get you in a like a pyramid scheme. Like, hey, Andy, if you buy one of these gold coins,
it's probably beets. I think beets,
pickled or straight out of the ground,
just fresh beets. No, because you eat them, and when you poop them out, you think something's wrong with you.
Really?
Yeah. You ever eaten beets? And then a day later or hours later, whenever you go to the bathroom, it's like, holy shit, I'm bleeding from the anus. Oh, yeah, I eat beets. They fool me every time, those fuckers.
Grape Gatorade. Grape Gatorade makes me feel like I have alien poop.
Neat.
Have you ever drinking a grape Gatorade?
No.
Brussels sprouts are the ones that I think would be like, hey, Nick, can I borrow a couple bucks, man?
Yeah.
Like the one I'd be coming around oh, fuck, here comes Brussels sprouts.
Yeah, see, I think I trust beets the least. They're a vegetable, right?
I wonder who would win in a /U bracket against Brussels sprouts and fucking beets.
Any of the four contenders that we're talking about today.
No, if it was just beets and Brussels sprouts, who do you think?
Versus each other?
Yeah.
Oh, God. I don't know. For worst vegetable?
Yeah.
If Brussels sprouts roasted up with a little chopped up bacon, delicious.
Okay, but I can say the same thing about beets. Put a little salad.
And bacon, yeah.
Well, not even bacon, but I guess you're saying bacon.
Yeah.
Even when I ate meat, I didn't dig bacon. I don't know if we talked about this.
You have, and I think you're weird for that because you're one of nobody that I know who.
You probably also think mustaches are cool and.
Yeah, but bacon,
Trans
man.
Ams are fucking the raddest car
loves
ever.
Bacon, universally.
No, they don't.
So many millions of people love bacon. It's so weird to not love bacon.
So many million people, voted for Donald Trump. That doesn't mean it's right.
No, that's true, but it doesn't. What? I think there's a larger percentage of the population that likes bacon than doesn't.
So, Andy and I are getting silly and goofy.
It's like 99-1 bacon for bacon. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm really stoked with my vegetarian bacon, my vegan bacon. I think it's good.
Yeah.
I'm stoked on it.
I'm sure it's fine.
But as I was about to say, Andy and I are getting a little giddy. Yeah. We're getting a little saucy.
We're going to a hockey game tonight.
Yeah. Hopefully when you hear this, the ads will be advancing to the the next round of playoff hockey.
Yeah, Milwaukee Admirals are in the playoffs.
And that's where we're going tonight. So the excitement is real here on SlashU as we get into our first Final Four matchup.
Right.
Andy?
Oh, as you hear this, Mother's Day was yesterday, so happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day to all the SlashU mothers out there.
All the moms.
There's any females listening to us, I'm
sure everybody who listens to us has a mom or had a mom at one point.
Or a sister or their uncle, so they have.
Yeah. You're affiliated with a mom somehow.
We are very lucky to have,
for better or worse,
mothers and sisters and daughters, all of them in our life. So thank you. Happy day to you. Yep. Every day you should celebrate
your mama.
Your mama.
And here we are the day after. I was also in Mexico last week, or when that episode dropped last week, I was flying back.
Did you drink the water?
It was filtered.
You sure?
I didn't have any problems. So either I'm immune or it was filtered.
I saw a photo of you in a cold bath, and I heard you talking about the polar plunge that we did.
Yeah.
So your beautiful wife Cheryl was looking like she was about to die.
She didn't like it.
You look great. You were just talking and chatting, and
That's how I took my mind off it.
Was it a contest or was it just like do it?
It was a contest against yourself. This resort we were at promoted a lot of wellness.
Yeah,
activities.
That's rad. That's great.
Well, I mean, the alternatives sit around the pool and drink all day. So they tried to promote some alternative options where they had some water aerobics. They had some meditation stuff, which we did, which was really cool. They had this cold plunge thing. Challenge yourself to go under for 3 minutes.
Did you get anything if you made the 3 minutes?
Self-satisfaction. Plus the air temp was 90 degrees and sunny. The pool was in the 80s. So you're in this 43-degree water, which was about the temperature of Lake Michigan.
Yeah, I was about to say.
When we jumped in January, and that's why I was able to take it. You get in there, though, and it takes your breath away. For a second, I had to concentrate and make sure I could breathe and, and even that out because it just hits you right in the chest. You're underwater up to my shoulders.
Yeah, I saw it.
And then at the end of 3 minutes, they said, do you want to dunk your head under and then get out? And I said, no, thanks. I don't need to dunk under because I was one in a long line of other people who had sat in that same tub, and I just didn't feel like dipping my face.
Yeah, the ice was melting rather quickly from all the Coronas that were being
all of their
consumed, I'm sure.
Oils and whatever else was in the water.
God, I would take a sip. I get into that shit.
So I did not dunk my head under, but I went in up to my neck. And it was awesome.
Well, welcome back. I'm glad you didn't get too sunburned. I mean, me and my fellow director for Murder Cabin, we were worried that you were going to come back all burnt and toast because we start production. We start shooting next week.
That's pretty exciting.
So when this comes out, we're shooting Sunday, the 19th.
Okay.
And then Memorial Weekend is the big shoot. But anyway, Andy, let's get into this Final Four. I want to go ahead and bring up that these, who's going to battle? Chromeskull. And our favorite Tiny Nutsack.
Chromeskull won against Brenda.
Yeah.
That was the revote, you said.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah. Thank you for bringing that up.
Yeah.
I really, we
didn't fix it, by the way.
We did not fix it.
We legitimately took votes.
I again think people are, we always bring up, people vote without knowing the candidates.
I don't know who Chromeskull is, but I've watched Urban Legend because I was in high school in 1998.
And I like using Noxzema.
Yeah, she's sexy. We're imitating, fuck the listeners, right? We're just alienating everyone who voted.
No, we're not alienating our listeners.
They're a bunch of deplorables is what they are.
Our listeners.
What? They're deplorables. That's what Hillary Clinton called Trump voters back in the day. They're they're deplorables.
Well, it's a good word.
It is a good word.
As a writer, I like
Probably cost her some votes, but that's all right.
She predicted the future. Hey, what I think is funny, though, we did have to do a recount because I was like, people don't know I mean, it was a good fight. You brought up some good points. I remember when we talked about this. But ultimately, we both agreed, right?
Yeah.
Chromeskull should have moved on.
He would literally wipe the floor with Brenda.
We would have listened to the audience.
He would lock Brenda in a coffin. And he would drill a hole in the coffin, and he would put his little camera there, and he would watch her die, or whatever he does with girls.
I wonder if she would be laughing, though. I like this. I'm going to take my clothes off.
Ooh, maybe.
I'm going to poop in the coffin.
We're not going to rehash the matchup. Chromeskull wins.
And then I thought this was a upset.
Yeah.
Belial versus Horny the Clown.
Yeah. I thought so, too.
Belial won, by a marginal amount of votes.
Yep. So
I think he won 4 votes to 1. I'm just kidding. It was more than that.
Yeah. Well.
But ultimately, like, it wasn't a lot of votes, but it was something like 14 votes to 5, maybe.
Interesting. Yeah. Well, there you go.
Chromeskull. Now, this second round Chromeskull, it had more votes than I think I've ever seen. It was like 31 Chromeskull, 11 Brenda.
Are you boosting those posts?
No.
Oh, interesting. So we're getting some good traction on this.
I don't know why.
That's great.
Analytics suck. Like, I noticed our friends at Macabre Daily.
Yeah.
Like, they used to post something and it would be like 1 million fucking likes or something. And now it's like and I know exactly it's because Instagram can suck balls.
Yeah.
I hate that we have to depend on it. Like, yes, no, and it's ridiculous. It's like they want you to pay.
It's like the things I like, I see less. You know? I heart this image, reel, whatever it is. I'll give it a like, and then next time I open it, I see less of that. Like,
I know.
Why? I want to see more of what I liked, but maybe they're trying to reverse their algorithm because they're getting shit for traumatizing little girls and stuff. Or whatever.
I mean, I used to see pregnant women in yoga pants all the time. Now, not so much.
I know, and the breastfeeding fake babies, it's gone. It's not showing up. Jesus.
Just the two of us. If I need to make myself laugh, I think of that pregnant lady, or no, the breastfeeding lady, so she can pull out her boob and put the fake baby on it. It's just her and the fake baby.
And they're playing Just the Two of Us. Just the two of us. We can. Such an excuse to flash your boobs.
I think that
breastfeeding is beautiful. Yeah, it is beautiful. But you're using a fake baby.
You're using a $3 baby that you can buy at like a dollar store.
Just an excuse to whip out your tit to get us to go to your OnlyFans. That's what you're doing.
What if we did one where, like, so we could show my balls, like, you wear a doctor's mask,
and we could be checking you for testicular cancer.
Yes, let's do it.
Pull out your wiener.
You just have to point at it,
and I'll just be like, you need to cup right here and feel around, and I'll have gloves on for sure.
Let's do it.
I'm gonna have a welder's mask on to look at your twig and berries. No, thank you.
And then I bet we get away with it. I'm serious.
Full fucking hazmat suit.
We put up the hashtag.
Yeah. And we'll do it for, this is a men's health issue. You need to check your
Please, let's do this. Okay, stand by on that one.
Whip out your little Belial, and here we go. And I'll call myself Dwayne. It's Dwayne in the nutsack. Checking for testicular cancer. Here's how you do it.
Oh, shit.
We should message Lance Armstrong, get him to weigh in.
Oh, my God, my stomach hurts. I think I peed a little bit. I want to make little arms like we talked about.
Yeah.
Just so we could make my nutsack look like a little Belial. Please, can we make this happen? Please, please, please.
As long as we do it on your account. So if and when it gets banned, it doesn't affect SlashU. So
we're 13 minutes.
We're doing great. /U_podcast on Insta. Murder_cabin_movie. It's Nick's Murder Cabin movie. That's getting made.
It's our Murder Cabin movie, brother. It's no one's.
I'm just starring in it, man. It's your your baby.
It's everybody's.
I'm
it's
a
Jody's.
midwife
It's
helping to birth it.
Every actor, every cast member, every crew member involved.
Yeah.
Hey, we got a pretty good crew coming up for the big Murder Cabin shoot up Memorial Weekend up in the North Woods of Wisconsin.
A friend of mine who kicked in on the Kickstarter asked if we're going to throw it up on YouTube at the end, and I said I really don't know what your plans are for it.
No, it's going to be going to film festivals.
What if the people want to watch it though?
You know,
people who donated.
Film festivals are really iffy, even about even showing it. Like,
oh really?
We're still going to have a premiere here in Milwaukee.
Yeah.
But
can we invite anybody who donated to that?
Yes,
I suppose, because like if they're far away though, they may not, and they might be like, "How do I watch the thing I gave money to?"
I think we're gonna have a 127 limit.
Yeah, I'm just saying, some people who kicked in money might be like, "How can I watch this thing? I would like to see what I contributed to the finished product."
That would be good. Yeah, of course, of course. But I mean, they have to respect.
Are you going to put it on YouTube?
They have to respect the process. I mean, we're not doing this just for fun. I mean, we're doing this to make some noise in some film festivals.
No, it's great.
I think, though, speaking to you, Andy, I think it might be good to actually have 2 showings. If we can do 2 showings in the same theater, like do one at 8 and do one like at 9:30. You know,
that's a great idea. Just like they do with real movies. Oh, good burp. Just like they do with regular box office movies.
Yeah, because I mean, I really think it's only 127, but I feel like I think we could generate enough noise where people would want to come see it.
Okay. Well,
so
that'll be fun. So that's happening. Email us at slashupodcast@gmail.com. I made Nick laugh too hard and he's burping his beers. You have an NA Blue Moon where you shoved an orange wedge into the can.
It's a really good beer, man. I'm really stoked on it. I'm probably going to have to take an edible to go to the game tonight because I'm going to be so fucking loosey-goosey. I mean, I get so nervous.
Yeah.
Okay, but
so
Chromeskull.
Final four
one of my
today.
favorite episodes.
Chromeskull versus Belial is the first matchup.
Okay. We know what Belial can do, and he is a strong motherfucker. He is not... Chromeskull is a meticulous, maniacal, sociopathic, fully, monetarily has money.
I have a proposal for you for hashing these out. Okay. Because we're doing the Final Four. We're covering 4 different movies, essentially. Each of them have multiples. So do you want to just bring in the sequels for these discussions?
That's not true. Are you saying all Final Four? No.
Yeah.
Not next week's, or not the one following this matchup. The Beast only has one.
Oh, well, that's right. I was thinking of Pitchfork for some reason. I'm sorry. You're right. Victor Crowley and the Beast just has one movie. But
for this one, sure, we can bring it up.
Talk about Basket Case 2 and 3 and Laid to Rest Part 2.
Okay, for this one, let's bring up the other ones. I'm gonna give this to you.
That's
Belial became a family. Like he, goddamn kids. Yeah. He'd come home, pour scotch. Yeah. Mrs. Belial nutsack would be like, "You gotta go do the laundry," and he's like, because he's got kids. He's like,
"I just want to eat spaghetti."
He got rid of one because it got stomped on.
Yep.
But Chromeskull fucking even went more maniacal and Laid to Rest 2.
Laid to Rest Part 2.
Chromeskull. I'm surprised that Belial made it this far. He beat Belial beat Ghostface. Belial beat Horny the Clown.
Mm-hmm.
Belial moved on.
He's a survivor.
He's a survivor, but I'm going to go ahead as we are hitting our 17-minute mark and say that if you go back and listen, because I agree with what Andy says a lot of the times. Like, I'm not going to rehash like all the kills. These are short episodes. Go back and listen.
Yeah.
You know how much we love our listeners.
Oh, yeah.
Wink, wink.
We've covered this guy a lot. And in fact, we did 3 episodes about the whole Basket Case series and 2 episodes on Laid to Rest. So.
Belial lost his testosterone levels when he started having kids and started, becoming focused on a partner. That's great.
This happens
Good for
to most
him.
men, right?
But that's fine. That's what's so great about, the power of life, the freedom to choose what you want to do.
Right. I get it.
Belial said, I want to
have a family.
I want to have a family.
Yeah.
There's a great job I just read on LinkedIn about they're needing an accountant.
Yep.
So he took a job as an accountant.
He doesn't have a shirt. He just has a collar because he doesn't have a torso. He just has like a little collar with a tie hanging off it. Yeah. He doesn't have sleeves or anything. He just needs to. And he goes to work with his.
He's got a little fedora.
Yeah, and he rides to work in his briefcase. Like Basket Case, but now it's briefcase.
It's brilliant.
Yeah.
This is just after Murder Cabin is made. We're making.
He sits at his desk typing. The boss comes over, throws down some files. Bradley, you did these TPS reports wrong. And he's.
Yeah, and the guys are like, "Hey, Bradley, let's go fucking get a drink after work." He's like, "You can't." Like they all could understand him.
Right.
You can't go.
Oh, your wife needs more diapers at home?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's got to pick up a box of Pampers.
Out of 120,000 episodes that we've done, this is now my favorite.
Okay, so you're saying Belial's weakened because of that.
Yes, and I'm saying Chromeskull only got better. If we're going to bring up the second one too, Mr. Damos.
At this point in the tournament, we might have to introduce some more arguments.
Chromeskull continue to live, even though they couldn't make the third one. In my opinion, that they were planning to make a third one as he was let out in the streets of Hollywood. What to me looked like Hollywood, L.A. during Halloween.
Hollyweird.
There you go. And that's a perfect, to me, that his legacy was going to live on.
Oh, yeah. Chromeskull
Chromeskull beats, as much as I love our tiny little nutsack, and I say ours because, I kind of think of... somehow we could kind of come join our...
Belial is the world's nutsack. Let's put it this way. He belongs to everybody. He's nutsack Jesus, if you will. Look to him, and you will be saved.
Start a band called Nutsack Jesus.
Hello, Milwaukee. And they're like super Christian. We are Nutsack Jesus, and they sing like dirty.
Beyond to you, the Lord's path.
And they,
gonna touch them titties and yoga pants. Gonna do a little
dirty
dance.
songs. Oh my God.
We are not. What was it? Belial is.
So
that's sack Jesus.
Listen, you raise a pretty compelling argument there. Just to summarize it, Chromeskull got better and stronger.
There you go.
In the second movie, Belial kind of lost his edge a little bit. I mean, he still did some killings, and he was the only one who did the killings. But as a family man, the edge got a little dull on old Belial.
We'll leave it up to.
I'm okay getting votes because it's tough, but I really also agree. I think Belial's Cinderella story ends in this matchup.
We have agreed most on all of these. I know that we didn't.
We didn't agree on Belial versus Ghostface.
We didn't agree on that one, and I don't think we agreed on.
I forgot.
Brenda and Maniac Cop. Did we agree on that one?
Oh yeah, I didn't think Maniac Cop should lose. I thought he would beat her. I don't remember.
We both agreed on Cletus the Fetus.
Yeah.
And as we move on. This will be exciting because this Chromeskull has made it to the finals. Let's put it that way. He's made it to the championship.
In our opinion, yeah, but we'll take votes.
Yes.
And
thank you for clearing that up.
Yeah, but it's going to be hard to argue.
Nick and Andy believe that Chromeskull should go to the championship matchup of slashers of all killers.
Yeah.
But we're going to leave it up to you.
What does Belial go for when he attacks somebody?
The face.
What does Chromeskull got on his face? Big old chrome mask. He's guarded. His face has already been His face has already been trashed, and they fixed him up, and he's fine.
That's it.
He's immune to face attacks.
Yeah, Jesus.
Chromeskull drinks face attacks like a mango smoothie in the morning. He doesn't give a fuck.
Jesus nutsack. I'm sorry, you are done.
There's my argument.
That is a great argument, and so I hope people listen to this and then go vote. But again, or go watch Chromeskull, or go listen to past episodes. Do whatever you want.
Yeah.
Do research on the internet. Look up Wikipedias.
Do your own research. I reiterate. You should watch these movies because every movie we've covered in this bracket is awesome. Go watch them. Basket Case is great. It's corny, slap happy, just like us.
Corny.
Laid to Rest. That's another. Great.
Talking about poop earlier.
Yeah. So, do you want to take a quick break or move right on into the next matchup?
Let's just take. Okay. Let's do something we've never done for our audience before.
A live read? No. What?
Close your eyes.
Oh, one of these.
Find peace within your thoughts. Take one big breath. Smell your fingers. What does it remind you of? Alien?
The wings I had for lunch. No.
All right, that was fun. So should we just go into it? Or are we just going to do 2 and 1?
This one's going to be hard.
That's why I think it needs its own episode. I say we hit end and just say goodbye to everyone and just do another one.
You're going to extend this tournament another week? Or?
Oh, you're right.
Yeah, I thought maybe we could handle the Final Four in one episode, and then the next after that will be the end of the tournament. The final episode.
How are we doing on time?
Matchup. We're doing fine. 23 minutes. If this one goes like 40, it's not a big deal.
Okay, so hey everybody. No, we don't have to do that shit, do we?
No, we're still in the episode.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I haven't paused it or anything. You did your dumb little meditation bullshit.
Why are you so mean to me, man?
Smelling fingers or whatever. So the other half of the Final Four, this was, I believe, the West Coast bracket.
Yes, the West Coast. This is one. Andy, I'm going to say it. I just want to go and say it. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know. Like, this is going to be like, in my opinion, brother, this is going to be like one of those really smart talk shows, like Meet the Press and shit. Like, this is what it's going to be like.
I guess.
No, because it's educated as fuck.
Yeah.
Like, this one, you have, no, what I'm saying is you have to be somewhat educated on the film. Let's go and let our listeners know, and you should know, this matchup is going to be the toughest one yet. And it's really hurting my heart.
Right.
We are talking about The Beast from 2009's Sweatshop. If you haven't seen it, please watch it before you vote.
Yeah.
Going against everyone's favorite swamp killer. No, I'm not talking about bullfrogs. I'm talking about Victor Crowley.
From Hatchet. From the Hatchet series. We don't have to bring in sequels for that, I guess, but I don't know. Both guys killed a lot of people, so
they both can live on their just one episode.
That's true.
They're one
movie.
They're one movie. Thank you. Because The Beast only has one. I think The Beast could actually. before we move, well, no, this can start the conversation.
Please.
The Beast to me, I wish could have continued on like Victor Crowley did. I would like to see more movies with the Beast. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, a Sweatshop 2.
A prequel even.
Sure.
How did the Beast meet up with, because again, the two...
He had like 2 assistants.
Thank you, yes.
Yeah.
How in the fart did that happen? Like, I want to know.
Didn't we talk about...
And even afterwards.
I thought we talked about...
He deserved a sequel.
There was a prequel comic, a graphic novel or something.
That was for Chromeskull. That wasn't for Laid to Rest.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
That was for Laid to Rest? Oh, I really thought there was one for...
Hold on, let's ask Frank over there. Frank's our producer. Hey, Frank, can you look up whether the Beast had anything? Thank you, Frank. That's Frank over there. Frank, get a haircut, by the way, too. Oh, man, just shut up, Nick, man. I love these dreadlocks. That's old Dreadlock Frank over there.
Fucking hippie with his long-ass hair.
Always comes in smelling like patchouli and shitty weed, but we love him. But check that out for us, Frank, because I believe that Laid to Rest was going to have a graphic novel, but...
No, it's fine. I think I'm right there with you. It'd be nice if there was a little backstory. It'd be like, here's how he wound up, you know, stalking this old factory or whatever.
Yeah, so a prequel would be great, but he could also have continuations. Like, what happened after the rave? Like, let's say he's just such an entity that I want to know who he is. I want to know how he was formed. I want to know everything.
Yeah.
Was the movie, like, good? Oh, no, it wasn't.
It wasn't the best.
But the killings are great.
Yep.
It kept you entertained because you're like, holy shit, because what's going to happen next?
Frank just handed me a piece of paper. There is a tie-in prequel comic entitled Sweatshop, Hide and Shriek. It reveals the fate of Ghost and sets up the events of the film. Ghost was the first guy who died off-screen in that movie. So,
and it's a fucking...
prequel comic called Sweatshop, Hide and Shriek.
We got to look that up if we can find it on Amazon.
It reveals the fate of Ghost and sets up the events of the film. I already said that, but that is true. And I don't know how much it would dive into his backstory, though.
People reached out to us. I mean, like, the director reached out to us. The guy who actually played the Beast, I think, reached out to us.
Yeah.
And
because he was in
I thought he was gonna get us a fucking movie poster. That never happened.
We'll have to maybe reach back out.
Anyway, I was really, both Andy and I really were pleased with the movie because of the Fangoria style killings. No CGI, nope. All live practical effects. Again, this is one, like I said, that those kids you knew in high school that were into horror, that read Fangoria, that listened to Danzig, and they would masturbate to this movie. They would burn some incense.
Yeah.
Start the movie, grab some Kleenex and some Crisco, and go to town.
Nice.
So, that said, that's our Beast.
Yeah, he is. Oof.
Victor Crowley, though. Victor Crowley is just a like all he's no. I mean, his lust for blood is just it's comparable to fucking the Beast. It's comparable to fucking the Beast, but
no, I understand, and you're right. Victor Crowley's also got extremely gory and terrible kills. 4 movies of killing nonstop. You've got he's just uses all different kinds of weapons. He fucking unstoppable. Takes bullets. Takes damage. Recovers from it.
We have to be
supernatural though.
But we have to be fair to the Beast. You can't only give Victor Crowley his first movie. You can't give him all 4.
You want to just judge by Hatchet?
Yes. Not Hatchet 2, not Hatchet 3, and not Victor Crowley, self-titled 2017 flick. I'm talking about just the Beast. And Sweatshop and Victor Crowley. Andy, I don't want to begin. Usually I'm cool to begin. I'm usually cool going, I'll be the first to pull down my pants. I'll be first to invite you into these arms.
Right.
Can you?
Well, break it down one step at a time. Size-wise, both are giant men, right? Huge dudes.
There you go.
All right.
God, this is weird. This is crazy.
We never see the Beast's face.
Nope.
But we just know that he's a big, burly, assuming man.
He wears a welder's mask like you would do when I would take my ball sack out. Welder's mask. There you go.
And he's covered in all those like furs and other animal skins and things.
I love his outfit.
He has the Beast does have a weapon. He has that big old foundry hammer,
yep.
which was essentially a giant multi-100-pound anvil on a handle that he would swing around like it was nothing. Victor Crowley had a hatchet,
He wore overalls.
And wore overalls. Victor Crowley used that 6-foot chainsaw. Remember that?
Yes. Oh, yeah. God. Was that in the first one?
I don't remember, but it was pretty cool.
Yeah, but okay. Man.
He used a lot of things. I mean, Victor Crowley uses bare hands easily.
So as you're thinking, like we have for one of my birthdays, Andy and his lovely wife Cheryl gave me a puzzle of famous serial mass slasher killers within our genre.
Okay.
I'm not into puzzles at all. I love my wife Jody is, so she put it together. So I'm just gonna let you know. You got Jason, you got Ghostface, you got Freddy, Jaws, Michael, Alien, Pennywise.
Right.
You also have Chucky. You actually got 2 Jasons on there. One with a chain. Oh no, it's Leatherface. My bad. My eyes are going bad. The Beast and Victor Crowley could be on that poster too. They don't get the recognition they do. Like, I feel like if we didn't do Jason in this one because we never watched Friday the 13th. But if you put any of these killers, Andy, Beast or Victor Crowley against Voorhees, I'm going against Voorhees for both of them. I think Victor Crowley could take Jason lickety split. What the fuck did I just say lickety split for?
Because you're a 50-year-old man.
I was reading the script.
Oh, there is one thing that kind of sets him apart. The Beast never, that I recall, took any damage in his movie. Victor Crowley definitely did, but because he's cursed,
that's a good fucking point.
He's able to shrug it off. Victor Crowley got shot. You know, he got pitchforked. He got all kinds of things happen to him, and he just came back to life or shook it off because of the curse. The Beast never took damage. If the Beast were to take enough damage, he might die. I don't know what you think there.
This is the first time I've really thought about it. Like,
Victor Crowley can only be out at night, which, I mean, I know it was addressed in part 3. Okay.
I'll allow it.
But because they knocked him down and he was out and he was on a stretcher and he was on the autopsy table. And then when the sun went down, he came back. You know, and that's when they established, he comes back to life at night.
Let's take the supernatural component. Let's just be, both of these killers have supernatural elements to them.
Yeah, if you want to say supernatural means above the natural, yes. Strictly speaking, yeah. But the Beast isn't like a ghost or a curse or anything like that. He's just a really big, burly, tough guy with a thirst for killing.
Now I'm starting to kind of use mental capacity. I feel
good.
No, I meant in the killers.
Oh,
okay. I don't think Victor Crowley. I think he's still got the mind of a child.
Good point. That's a really good point.
Whereas the Beast is, I feel like he's
cunning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, you present yourself to Victor Crowley, you're gonna die. The Beast will plot ways to find you and get you.
That's true.
So
you remember those guys he didn't kill right away? He tied them into the table and he put their own nuts in their mouth.
I don't think Victor Crowley would do that. I think his lust for blood would just kill him right away.
He would just kill you on the spot. So he's a mindless killing machine. The Beast is a mindful killing machine.
Then that got my vote. Then
you think the Beast gets it because of that?
Yep.
See, I would go the other way. I would think Victor Crowley can take damage and shake it off, and the Beast, if he took enough damage, wouldn't get back up.
Like, I've never done this before. Like, I know you can't look into the soul of the studio right now, but if you could, you would see Nick staring off into space, really thinking. I'm really thinking. Mm-hmm. Andy, I just go back to it. Like, I feel like if they were in the swamp and they were to meet, like, maybe it's who would get first grab. I mean, whoever would get first hands on the person would. I don't know if they would have a retaliation. Yeah. It's almost like if you win, for example, you win the toss in an old NFL game, you win an overtime. All you had to do is kick the field goal, and you would win. You know, if you could get it to the field, and that was kind of like, oh, that sucks. Like,
yeah, I remember.
Yeah, so
that's why they changed the rules.
Yeah, exactly. Which was right, but I'm just trying to bring up, like, whoever gets first. Like, if I was to grab you first, I still think you could get. So then you could fight. Like, it would, like two people fighting.
Okay.
I feel as if these two, like, if Victor was to get his hands on first, death. If the Beast was to get his hands on first, death. Like,
let me tell you how I think this plays out then.
Okay.
If we were going to set it in Honey Island Swamp, this was Victor's home turf, since I don't think he can leave.
See, that's an advantage then. That's not fair to the Beast's factory rave house where he lived.
Well,
and he has 2. Ooh, we can't forget his 2 assistants. Go ahead.
The Beast, being the cunning, the clear thinker, would plot a way to get the drop on Victor Crowley in this scenario. And getting the drop on Victor, he'd have his giant foundry hammer with him, and I think he would sneak up behind Victor Crowley and just hit him over the head hard with that foundry hammer, either crippling him immediately, smashing him to the ground, and the Beast would think he's done, and he would walk away. But Victor can come back from it, and I think he would come back from it.
So the supernatural element gets him the W for you?
I think he would pick up the foundry hammer, and I think he would do the same thing to the Beast.
But we've never... God damn. Excuse me. I mean, gosh darn.
Gee willikers, Mr. Bankhead.
Gee willikers.
This is a toughie. Yeah. I just think, for me, it comes down to who's taken damage and shrugged it off, and the Beast... I don't believe he took any.
But you're swaying me now.
And I think Victor took damage, shook it off. Granted, he's taking damage from teenagers and little, minor nobodies. But you remember he tore.
But hold on, I'm gonna play devil's advocate here. Did he take damage in the first one? You cannot let second, third, fourth.
Diane shot him. Was her name Diane?
Yeah, I think it was. Yeah.
Shot
Brenda.
him right away. Shot him in the fucking head. He went down. Then later they pitchforked him, and he shrugged it off. He threw, I think Ben was the guy, he threw like a iron bar from that fence and stabbed Ben's foot, and then he came running at them, and they bent it forward, and he impaled himself on it. They thought he was dead, but he shrugged it off.
That's not fair for the Beast, though, because it's like, to me, just because the Beast didn't take any fucking gunshots or stabs, that maybe it's just because he's that good, and none of these kids had any compelling moments
now
to
you're
it.
swaying me. And that is a very compelling argument.
And then it's like, because also he can think, like he can move around, like he can predict. I think he would say, like, he wouldn't just pound him in the face.
No.
The way that the Beast killed people, I mean, you would argue that he could do everything horrible to Victor Crowley, and if Victor Crowley comes back to life, no one's going to beat Victor Crowley then, because again, he comes back to life.
So
but he took legs off. He took. I mean,
let me paint you another picture then. Beast does what he does, gets the drop on Victor Crowley, hits him with the foundry hammer, then straps him to a table, and proceeds to pull him apart into pieces, like he did with I think her name was Kelly or somebody in the movie.
Yes,
where he hit her lower half and deflated it like balloons, deflated her legs like balloons.
That was my dick shot killer.
And then I think he stabbed her in the head as she crawled away. Horrible way to die.
Yeah, I'm swayed back. This is a good one, but I'm still going to go with the Beast.
Because maybe he recognizes, I just can't hit this guy once. I'm going to have to hit him once, knock him down, and then I'm going to have to pull him apart.
And I don't think that's his MO either. Like, he wants to see, like, his thrill of ripping off nutsacks and putting their Belials in your mouth, like.
So if he strapped Victor down to the table, Victor comes to and starts going, "Daddy!" And he's tied real tight.
I'll give you your daddy.
He can't get away, and the Beast, cuts him apart, or
does Victor Crowley have a penis?
I don't know.
He, she, they?
I bet he does. Yeah.
I went back and forth. I'm going Beast.
Whew. I guess, it doesn't come down to just one.
You have to really, I mean, I know we joke about voting and all that, but this is no joking right now. You have to really think about it, and this was the most provocative.
Yeah.
Like, if this was the champion, this could be the championship, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Because they are facing, if they do meet Chromeskull or if they do meet Belial, it's that they have a tough one on their hands.
Right.
But if we do say, like you and I both said, Chromeskull, that's going to be another match. We in my opinion, like even when we started this, like I knew that the Beast, Victor and Chromeo were going to go far.
Far, yeah.
So now
I knew Victor was going to go far, yeah.
I knew Victor and the Beast. Like, the Beast, and to me, is still like...
I think I saw it coming weeks ago. I was like, I bet Victor's going to wind up against the Beast. And those are two of our favorite movies. We reference them all the fucking time.
We have to let, this might be one worth boosting.
The people need to let us know. We already have one vote, I know, for Victor. I have received a text message. But
Yeah, but
there's just one so far.
But did they see Sweatshop?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's seen all the movies, and he said it was a tough one. He had to really think about it.
I would love to hear why.
Yeah. Well, maybe I'll ask him. But the point I'm making is it doesn't come down to just one thing like smarts or supernatural or whatever. You have to, like you said, reason it out, take all these things into account. And I think I might agree. Well, I don't know. We agree too much in this tournament, but I mean, ask me which movie I like more. I like Hatchet more.
Yes. That's easy peasy lemon squeezy, as old people like to say. What the fuck? I was at G. Willikers. I said, oh, fucking...
Gee Willikers, Mr. Bankhead.
I said lickety split.
Yep. You're thinking too much about Murder Cabin, which takes place in the 50s.
Yes.
Yeah,
you're right.
So.
You're exactly right. I think, you know what would be fun too? Maybe we'll just toss this around while we're at the game tonight. Let's think about maybe having a guest on for this one. Like maybe to get like a
third impartial party.
For this one, it would be great, but but we can have that on. Then they can also participate in the matchup against whoever moves on, Chromeskull or Belial. Who we think Chromeskull should move on, but we'll let the listeners decide. But
well, I think the listeners really need to vote on this one too.
Yes, and watch the movies, please. Don't just vote because you think because everyone. Victor definitely has. If it was a popularity contest, Victor would definitely be the high school quarterback.
And if you
and the Beast would be like the goth kid that hangs out like in the bathroom stall,
smoking behind the school,
smoking behind the school and listening to Skinny Puppy.
If you were to, ask me of all the movies in this bracket, what should I watch? It's these two, Hatchet and Sweatshop, right up at the top of the list for me. You know, they're all great movies again, but nothing is more important than watching these movies to decide who your favorite is.
Yeah, you got Stitches, I think was a good one to watch too.
Yeah, they're all great. But if you want great kills, great killers.
Red Christmas was fun.
Yep, but excellent kills, excellent effects, just the height of cheesy campy, Sweatshop and Hatchet, you're not gonna get much better.
Yes. Are you gonna vote?
I guess I'd lean if I have a needle. It's pointing a little bit towards the Beast now that we've reasoned it out this far. You know? But it's like if you asked me to vote between the Badgers and Marquette. I went to Marquette, but I'm from Wisconsin, you know.
Well, I think that would be easy. I think it'd be Marquette. I mean,
it would be. Yeah, 100%. That's a stupid example.
I almost hate to say this, but it's like I love them. I respect them both. It's like, Nick, pick. Well, I mean, it's not saying that, but it's like
pick your favorite dog,
Sebastian or
you have two dogs upstairs,
Michaela.
Yeah, pick Sebastian or Michaela. They're both running into traffic. Who do you save?
Sebastian. No, I'm just kidding. Michaela, she's a little chomp. No, I love her to death. I just like I love Victor and the Beast. I look at them as my little furry friends.
Well, this is
but I did make my choice, and I stand by it. I'm going with the Beast.
All right. Well, we're pushing up against 45 minutes here, so this has been a little longer than our usual.
Are you going with the Beast too?
Yeah. I'm
gonna let the audience choose this one.
Yeah, we have to.
But I'm not. You know, I will individually call you out if you vote. And if you don't answer me, I'm not counting your vote. I want to know why.
Yeah.
I want to know why
leave
you're
comment.
1 to 2 sentences. You don't have to fucking, leave a fucking,
It's not a final exam
novel.
Essay because we're final exams never making this tournament.
Hey!
Oh, shit.
Fucking worst movie ever.
I just think that you're right. You need to reason it out. You need to think it through. You can go off what we said here. If you disagree with any arguments that we made, then that should sway your vote. So let us know.
Yeah,
we have a hockey game to get to.
Yes, we do. So
fuck the listeners. We got to get out of here.
I can't believe. I hope it's like when Primus would go on stage. They would they would say Primus sucks, Primus, and it's kind of like a love. So when we say fuck our listeners, it's
speaking of insulting things you love. I'll just take 2 quick minutes here. If anyone gets a chance to watch the roast of Tom Brady on Netflix, oh my God, funniest thing I've ever seen in a long time.
I've heard that.
It's 3 hours long. Because it was a live event. Netflix did a live broadcast. Yeah, it's from the Los Angeles arena out there, and Kevin Hart hosted it. And nothing is off the table. when they insult.
I heard about like some of the jokes they made about like
Giselle.
Yeah, yep. And like leaving your wife.
Yep.
Like,
yep.
But they also, I heard, edited out the booze that Kim Kardashian received.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I mean, I saw it on throughout social media that she
got booze?
Yeah, boo.
Not B-O-O-Z-E?
Yeah, no.
B-O-O-S?
Yeah, like people were booing her and like Jeff Ross had to stand up. I heard Jeff Ross did make one joke about...
they made a lot of jokes.
But Jeff Ross made one about the old owner, about how he liked to get jerked off by young women.
Oh, Bob Kraft?
Yeah, and that Tom Brady was like, no.
Oh.
Like, don't. Bob Kraft's off the table.
Interesting.
Well, which I would say, I think he's on the table, a massage table.
Giggity.
Hey!
Well, let me tell you, if that was off the table, there wasn't much that was off the table, because there was some pretty fucking below the belt hits, and I loved it. I was there for it. Tom Brady is a great sport for taking the fucking beating he took on stage, and if you get a chance, I mean, because everybody got up there and they just trashed the shit out of him, and then they trashed the shit out of each other, just like a good roast. And then at the end, they do this serious, like, you're great.
Yeah,
I love
I've
you.
seen roast on Comedy Central. I just don't know if I don't have 3 hours to.
Well, you don't have to watch the whole thing, but all in one sitting. But I laughed. I laughed so hard. It was so good. So in the spirit of trashing something that you love and then saying like, but it's great. I really like it, even though I make fun of it. Watch that roast.
Okay. Well, we have to. I think I am going to watch it now.
But we got to skedaddle. It's another
one. Oh yeah.
Yeah. So.
We got to kick rocks. Yeah. Hey, so good. Looking forward to seeing everybody's vote. And again, thanks for listening. Fuck the listeners.
Yeah. That's your new sign off?
No, it won't be. I promise.
All right. Class dismissed.